Procrastination-Radio.
I feel like it should work, or you're thrusting your whole entire body into it.
I just don't believe in myself, but like slowly.
You gotta trust yourself.
Okay.
That was the worst. That part's going in. That part's going into the podcast. It has to. You look stressed out. This is a great way to start. You're like you just fought off like 19 people.
Because I did. The demons in my soul. The unathletic demons. That's what I thought of. Okay. Let me see if I can. Hello.
Yeah.
Alright, we can go. Why are you laughing?
This is funny. He's like, yeah. I'm breathing regularly now. We can start this podcast.
Oh my god, can you hear my breathing?
No, it just was funny because you were out of breath. Like,
I was.
very apparently. And then you just were like, all right, let's get this done. All right.
Wait,
Hello.
sorry, wait. Do I look at... Oh, crap. Do I look at you, or do I look at myself, or do I look at the camera?
I have it so I can look at both of us and my notes. That's not what she asked.
No.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. You can look. I mean, if you look at what's in the middle of the camera.
My tabs.
Because I think about it, like sometimes it's very weird when I'm editing something because I have to put the position usually of where we were when I was editing it, and that's kind of how I go about how I put the two screen captures on. Because sometimes if I'm looking this way and the person was this way while we're recording, it gets confusing for me. Yeah. So I'll just put it the way. So I'm on the left-hand side. You're on the right.
Oh.
So every time you talk, just close your eyes and then
pretend.
So I don't have to do anything.
Cool.
All right.
So, hello.
Why are you? Whoa, hey. Hi, hello.
Okay.
You okay?
This is the worst one.
This is the worst what?
Out of all the ones we've recorded.
Out of all the podcasts we've recorded. And this is the one that's going up.
Yeah. The other ones are in the vault.
All the ones are in the vault. I had to clean out my vault like so heavy because it was like I don't know, it was doing weird when I was recording Pro Radio Live, premiering soon, only on Procrastination Radio. I was losing a lot of recording space because it just wasn't picking anything up, which is very weird. But yeah. Hello everybody, welcome to another episode of Procrastination Radio. I'm your host, Ian Complex, and today we have a long-awaited guest on the visual portion. I feel like with Jackson and then with you, I'm kind of getting all of the old frequent guests onto the video platform, which is kind of funny. Finally,
it's like a revisiting.
Yeah, revisiting seeing how much their mental state has declined. Sorry, in the time we've done. Yeah, but this is Juanblanqo. You still go by that? The streets still deem you Juanblanqo?
I highly doubt that.
You're back. You're back on Instagram now, which is funny.
Yeah. I don't know, like, and it sucked me in too. Like, I was just going with the purpose of joining like an anti-gentrification group. That was the whole freaking point. And then now I'm like posting inspirational quotes every day. Like,
yeah, no, I expected you to be there for like a week, but then like when you started sending me stuff, I was like, "Hey, you're gonna be here for a minute."
Yeah, I think so, but I'm not really like on it.
Yeah,
I don't know. Like I'll be scrolling and I'm like, this is so stupid, and I just stop. I don't know, but what's it called? But I've connected like with some people that I really do respect and that I miss, so that's a good thing. Yeah,
that's cool. Well, today, shout out Jedi Country real quick. But I don't know. I think they sent me a DM or something, and they're like, "Yo, shout out the stuff you're doing on the show. And then I was like very genuinely excited that somebody like took the time out to be like, "Hey, thanks for." I was like, "Ah!"
That's
And
so
then
sweet.
I was like, "Hey, is there anything that you would want to see on the show?" And then when I said it, it felt kind of like robot, like if you're on TikTok and somebody responds, they'd be like, "Oh, thank you so much for da 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 da."
Hmm.
It just felt kind of in that motion of whatever. And then I was like, "No, seriously." Under that, I was like, "No, seriously. If there is, you hear that buzz?"
Yeah.
Hold on
On
one
the
second.
thingy is coming. You know, like the little
Yeah, it's
art
going in
thing.
as a buzz,
No, I see it on your end.
as a buzz. I love this episode so much. Uh, but no, but yeah. So I just was like, hey, no, for real. If like there's anything that you really want to see on the show, let me know. And they were like, purpose, and like understanding your purpose as like a creative. And it was very funny that that happened because I feel like that wasn't a choice for me to get to, because so much of me in the past couple of weeks specifically has been dealing with like retelling why I do what I do, and kind of reiterating the reason I do things, and kind
Hmm.
of lending to that section of like, well, what's your purpose and what do you do for a living? And then I kind of got to a place thinking about it, like, because you and me, we talk almost every day, and we're
I'm joking. Yeah, we do.
just trying to put me out on the street in front of my people. Um, but like we examine ourselves a lot.
Yes, I think too much sometimes.
But yeah, when I was listening to this talk today, this dude named Adam Lepzig, I think he said the unexamined life is not worth living, but if all you do is examine, you can't live. And I was like, okay. So
True. Very true. Why
um,
are you laughing? I don't know why you're laughing. I'm just laughing because you're laughing.
bro, this is still the intro. Oh man, dude, bro.
Next time on. No, I'm joking.
Yeah, this is it. This is not there. But even then, I just was like over analyzing myself, and I became aware that I was talking, and I was like, why? Why am I talking, dude? So like, have you ever found a balance, or do you think you're still like operating at? I'm examining myself too much in this like race to find my purpose or my identity or what I'm doing right now.
Um, no, not really.
Mm,
Like, I'm right now in my life, I'm very aware what my purpose is, and it's to be happy, just do stuff that makes me happy and to help people. Like,
mm,
that's it. So, since like that's like kind of down packed on what I want and what I need, like whenever I'm examining myself, it's kind of like fulfilling that purpose, you know what I mean? So I never feel like I'm over examining.
mm.
I feel um like if I'm struggling with something, me examining like it's so I can be happy. And then when
Right,
I'm happy, I can help people. You know what I
right.
mean? I've
Yeah,
never really felt like I overdo it. It's just like some things, like stuff we've talked about,
yeah,
sometimes it's like, "Oh, crap,
yeah.
what is morally right?" You know?
Right.
But that stuff like even if it's too much, I'm like, "Okay, regardless of how much I'm thinking about it, it's a part of me. Boom,
Mm,
let's like move on." I don't
yeah.
know.
Yeah, I don't know, because I feel like the only times I really become aware of analyzing myself is if somebody is like, "But you said this last week," and like I'm like, "Well, yeah, but I changed my mind." So
Yeah, you change your mind a lot, but I
like
think
now,
that's like cool.
yeah, I it feels like a double edged sword on some stuff, and I've had to realize, and I feel like we've talked about this a lot, but me having good intentions in my head doesn't mean that it's going to be good for other people.
Yeah.
So when I do things that are going to affect other people in certain ways with my search for what I'm doing right now or what I'm trying to do, I think it all comes back to a problem of me not trusting myself really,
Yeah.
because I'll know what I want and what how I want to operate, and sometimes I'll even tell people that, and then they'll be like, right. So then that plants a seed in my head where
Yeah.
I'm like,
Yeah.
like,
I've
all
really
right.
struggled with that lately. Like,
Mm,
I don't know. Like I try like it's I've noticed it's difficult for me to trust other people that they can help me. You know
mm,
what I mean? You're probably like one of the only people that I'm like, yeah, this person like I actually trust what they're telling me, you know? But all the time, like I'll tell people my and I resist it too. At first I'm like, "Oh, probably shouldn't tell people what I'm up to, what I want to do." Da, 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 da. But then I do because I love talking. And then
mm.
every time people are like, "Oh, like okay, whatever." Or they're like, "How are you going to do that? Are you sure you can do that?" Da, 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 da. And it's like, "Bro, like just be happy for me." Like
Right.
I don't know.
Yeah.
It's so weird.
Yeah. I think sometimes you said, you come to people just for conversation, and then they come with the criticism, which is good sometimes. But
Sometimes, yeah.
I think learning to be honest with people, no matter their reaction, is something I'm still working on, because in those times, I think even sometimes to the detriment of myself, I'll be like, okay, I'll listen to this kind of offbeat, like not related at all advice you're giving me that I know isn't connecting from jump, because sometimes I can tell when somebody's kind of working through something, through a situation that I'm in,
Oh,
and then
yeah. Like
and then
when
I
they're
kind
like
of have to,
projecting their
right, right.
circumstance.
Like I'll be like, hey, dude, like, ah, man, broke up with my girlfriend today, and he's like, dude, that's why you can't trust women.
Yeah, literally.
Like this one
That's
time,
how
and
people are.
I'm like, whoa, whoa, like how did we get to this
Yeah.
place? Um,
I don't know. Sometimes this like literally happened to me today.
yeah,
I just wanted to like we all have like crappy parts about ourselves, right? And
mm,
I've very much
yeah,
accepted except you, you're perfect.
I'm
But
yeah,
like I've accepted the crappy parts of myself, like whatever, you know?
mm,
So some today I like voiced this thing like I wanted to sleep with this guy, but I knew I just wanted to sleep with him for an ego trip. Like I knew
mm,
that, so
mm,
obviously I'm not gonna do that.
right,
And then I voiced it, and my friends were like, "No, do it." I was like, "What? No!" And then they were like trying to convince me to do it, and I
right,
was like, "No, like why the heck?" And
yeah,
then like someone made a comment. It was like, "Cassie, you're not like this super wise person that like this and that."
right,
And I was like, "Huh? No." Like you want me to use this man's body
right,
for my
right, yeah,
so
yeah,
I hate like that. Like I was just trying to like have this conversation,
right,
and then it was just like, no, do this. Like I don't know. This is
yeah.
so weird.
But I don't know. I feel like that is another thing with purpose and with sharing yourself on
Yeah.
the internet, because as soon as you are like, hey, this is what I'm doing, people are like, hey, yeah, but I don't think you're fire at this. And I feel like this is such a layered conversation, because so far we're talking about like purpose and then criticism and people interjecting and projecting onto you. And as we are saying that those things aren't um working for us, again, those things are how they're coping and how they think their purpose is and what they're supposed to do in our
Yeah.
lives and these different things. And again, this is where I feel kind of insecure about how my mind works, because I'm always like, well, good for you, because you're thinking this is like whatever. I'm like, good, live your life, do your thing, boom, boom, boom. But I'm having to learn very quickly to be like, okay, this is your truth, but I need my space. Like I need space to learn and to grow and to figure out what I'm doing, and I love that you're talking to me about this specifically because um I feel like when we met, our ideas of what life was supposed to mean were very, very different. And I don't
Mhm.
know if it's changed from, well, I know your idea has changed from 2018 to now, but um, do you have like a grand plan or a grand idea of how life is supposed to work out for you or what that means for you?
Um, uh, Honestly, like no.
Mm,
Like I don't know. I just my big thing is I just want to do stuff that makes me happy. Like before when we met, I was like, okay, I have to do this and I have to make money. I have to make money for my
mm,
kids so
mhm,
my
mhm.
kids can be happy. And then now I'm more accepting of like every phase that I'm in, of every
Yeah,
thought that I have. And now I've come to the conclusion that I am just supposed to have fun. I'm
yeah,
just supposed to be happy. And I have no idea what my life is going to look like in 5 years, but hopefully I'm going to make it to those 5 years, you know what I
right,
mean? Like there's no stopping what's
right,
coming. You know what I
right.
mean? So
Yeah,
I don't have like a plan.
yeah.
You
I
know what I
think
mean?
the almost exact same place, not same place with the idea of how things were working, because I remember at that time when we would start to have these conversations about like, what's your like 10-year plan? You're like, I need that guap, I need that money. And I was like, I just want to be happy, bro. Like, I just want to
Yeah.
do my thing. But I think I needed to hear that because I wasn't thinking of finances at all.
Mhm.
And I feel like that's also a slippery slope where you're like
Yeah.
so deep into a passion that you're not thinking of like livelihood, or how it's going to affect your time or your body and whatnot. But I think sometimes it's hard for people to get to a place where you are because they're still trying to discover what makes them work.
Mhm.
And I feel like sometimes people put their purpose before finding like themselves,
Yeah.
and I feel like they're very aligned and they should be, but I feel like it's a luxury because some people don't have the time to find themselves at
Yeah.
all,
Yeah.
or aren't set up for introspection and have to learn through experience and not through like an hour listening to Coldplay or whatever, just to for your mind to be thinking about random stuff. um so yeah, I don't know what, like, if there's like a setup to where like the introspection leads to growth, because I know it can like very easily lead to the stress and
Like a rabbit
to,
hole.
right, of like, okay, I'm not doing this, so I'm not doing this, so I'm not doing this. Like I don't know where to stop.
Hmm. I don't know. Like give me an example.
Like I'm trying to think of something personal.
Like you don't have to.
No, I want to get into this personal bag. Um, like if you're saying like I want to get my body into a place where it's healthy and I can be active,
Mhm.
um and then you get to one place and then you're like, this isn't enough for me.
Mhm.
Then you get to another place and you're like, okay, I need to pedal back a little bit because this is too much maybe. And then you're like, oh, this is, now you're back to that same place and you're like, this still isn't enough for me, I need to go back and then even further. um and I feel like sometimes the goal isn't clear,
Yeah.
so you kind of land wherever.
I don't know. At least for me,
Hmm.
like I guess using like your body and working out as like an
Hmm.
analogy, like I think before you go on like a fitness journey, a weight loss
Hmm.
journey, a weight gain journey, like whatever, I feel like you have to like disconnect from the body in a way.
Hmm.
I feel like you have to be aware that your body isn't, its purpose isn't to be beautiful. You know what I
Hmm.
mean?
Hmm.
Its purpose isn't to be strong. Like the purpose is for it to keep you alive.
Hmm.
Like that's the whole point of your body. And I feel like when you for me, when you understand like the purpose of one thing, like the real purpose, then you can transform it however you want. So
Mm,
for me, I love my body at any stage because it keeps me alive. Like this is like the body of my ancestors, the body of my
mhm,
parents. You know what I
mhm,
mean?
mhm.
So if I'm like super fit or whatever, or if I'm skinny, like that doesn't matter because it's still the same body.
Right.
You know what I'm trying to say?
It's
So
still
like,
doing what it's supposed to do.
yeah, it's always
Yeah.
gonna do what it's supposed to do. Like, thank
Yeah.
God, you know.
Yeah.
So like, I can transform it however I want, and if I
Right.
want to be like one day or skinny another, it's whatever because that's
Mm,
just my life. I can transform it how I want because I'll
mhm.
always have that foundation.
Yeah. But what's the like? How do you get that foundation? Like, was there a point where you not even because I think that's the way you put that works for just like life in general.
Yeah.
So like how do you find a foundation for you to be so kind of steadfast through all these things to be able to say like this is my life, I'm going to try to like do what I need to stay alive kind of.
Um, I couldn't give you like a workbook. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
I couldn't give you like a step by step, but I guess I've just like I don't know. Like with life in general, like purpose and stuff,
Mm,
for me it's kind of like in order to find your purpose, you have to believe in yourself. Like you have to believe that quite literally anything is possible.
mm,
Anything, you know what I mean? So when you and I still like I'm not 100% believe that anything is possible, but
right.
it's it's true. Like who am I to deny any reality, you know what I mean? So I feel like when you accept anything as possible and then you accept that you can do anything you want to, like you really can, then everything clears up.
Mm,
You know what I mean? You're when you believe that you can do anything in your life, like you can do it. There's nothing stopping you. Like it will happen,
mm,
then everything just clears up and you live
right.
out your life. You know what I mean? Did that make any sense?
Mhm. I was listening so hard that I kind of started thinking about my own life and I was like, "Dang, what the like where am I? What am I doing?" Not in a bad way, but just kind of like one, I got sidetracked a little bit and then I had to reconnect because I was gonna make a joke. And then I started like it started hitting me a little harder. Um, but like I'm so thankful for all of the moments where I was so distrusting of myself
Mhm.
and then so happy that it led me to a point where I had to break down.
Yeah.
Every time we talk on a podcast, I get to this place and
I
I'm
know.
like, how
I
do
was literally just thinking that. I was like, we always get so personal.
like how
I
I'm
don't know
like,
why
how
we're
did
like
we get
this.
here?
And then
I
on the
mean,
phone, we're like, bibidi baba.
right,
Like,
yeah,
we
like,
don't talk about this.
snacks but no, like I'm so happy that certain things led to me like breaking down and literally like screaming in my room because I
Yeah.
didn't know what was happening with my life. And I think people do a lot of work not to get that to that point. And I'm not saying that you need to break down to realize who you are or whatever. But it really like showed me that I didn't know anything about myself. Like I
Yeah.
kind of was just like running because I was running, and I had all these dreams and aspirations and goals and whatnot, and I wasn't acting on them because I didn't. Not that I didn't know how to, because I saw other people doing like all the things I wanted to try to emulate, but
Mhm.
I didn't trust myself to jump
Yeah.
because I didn't know if I would trust myself like to catch myself if I didn't land somewhere, and now it's like it's really crazy how much I've changed in that aspect, even though some things like leaving certain situations is really hard.
Yeah.
And up until a couple months ago, I couldn't block somebody even if they did like they shot my foot off because I just was like, I gotta
Yeah. That
preserve
would
this
piss me off
relationship
so much, dude.
for some reason.
Yeah.
And now it's just like, oh, you're not that you're not serving my life, but like you're not good for me.
Yeah.
I don't need this. I don't have to fix this situation for any reason. And yeah, I like you said, it's just that trust thing is so crazy to think that I didn't have that for like the first like 18 years of my life. Is like really weird.
Yeah. But like that's the good thing about like rough patches,
Mm,
that they really do like make or break you, I think. And
mm,
even that saying make or break, like n- since literally nothing is like impossible, I don't
mm,
think anything can break you. You know what I
mm.
mean? But except maybe murder. Like that's like pretty much like anything that other
Hey,
than
bro,
that.
if you're
But
really
some people
about
come
it,
back. Some people
that's what
come
I'm saying. If you're really about it, you come back as a ghost, haunt them people, bro. It's never over until it's
back.
over.
But yeah, but I think another part of like knowing your purpose, knowing where you have to go, is kind
Yeah.
of not being so serious about it. You know what I
Right.
mean?
Right.
Like just being like for me, this works for me,
Yeah.
not for everybody. Like reminding myself like my life is supposed to be fun. Like
Mm,
I'm supposed to like do shit. You know, not
mm.
always,
Right.
but
Right.
it's just supposed to be fun. Like I
Right.
shouldn't be going after this one thing so like I can have my finances in order and then so I can do this and do this like
Mm,
that comes extra. I feel like
mm.
the main thing is to have fun, you know.
And I think what's weird for some people is that I feel like there's one idea of fun
Yeah.
that people think is like, okay, I gotta be going out or drinking or whatever and like rah rah with the homies. Cool, that's fine. But like stay inside most times, partially because like I can't control certain things. But like I have fun editing for
Yeah.
hours and like researching music that nobody's listening to. Like I think again, finding yourself leads you to being like, I genuinely enjoy this, you
Yeah.
know, like this is what I'm supposed to do. Like, because some people listen to what you said and be like, well, I guess I have to start doing what Juanblanqo does because that's the way to having fun. It's like no, just figure out what that is that you like and start doing that. And again, like the same thing with like success. I think people get this idea of the mansions, the da da da, the this, the a bunch of awards, the bunch of degrees, even as success. It's like some people who were making music and decided that that wasn't for them anymore, like them playing guitar for their kids at the end of the day, that's amazing for them because that's what
Yeah.
they're still doing what they love to do. And then their kids dancing is like, okay, that my world is complete. Like I don't need anything
Yeah.
else. So I think really finding what makes you tick is like so important.
Yeah. And like not to say that I wouldn't want that stuff,
Mhm.
you know,
Mhm.
but like I'm a firm believer like I love money, I love material
Mhm.
things, but
Mhm.
it's like you get the Grammy and then oh my god, I got a freaking Grammy and then like a day later you're kind of like
Right. Yeah.
okay,
Yeah.
I have to get another Grammy. You know what I
Exactly.
mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
Like you know like
Yeah.
so
That
yeah, like you said, it's like it's about what's in here, you know?
right.
Like,
Exactly. Because you got to remember that like at the end of the day, if you're not the drive, then it's not gonna go anywhere. Like you said, like a Grammy, then you're like, yeah. But if you get a Grammy, you're like, all right, more music then. Like this was a byproduct of me doing what I love.
yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
Let's keep it going. Yeah.
And then
Yeah.
like I feel like it's also important like um uh, to like distinguish between like being happy, having fun, and why are you laughing?
You said
I don't understand why that's funny.
it
Stop
just
being happy.
bro, it
Stop
just
it
hit.
right now.
It just hit, bro. My bad.
um uh, frickety frick. I forgot what I was saying. What was I saying? Oh, stop laughing. I got to tell the people what I was gonna
Yeah.
say. Ugh, my
Mm-hmm.
British accent was so much better before we started
Nah, so you
recording.
was cabin. I told you it wasn't really like.
I thought I got so good at it that I was
It's
like
okay.
convincing.
I wonder how British people feel about like the influx of British accents.
I hope they feel bad. Like
But I feel like it is a terrible accent. But I feel like we we balance it with every other group
of
of
accents.
of settlers that has ever existed.
Yeah, we do our like little, but our Italian accent isn't even like an
Bro, I don't know what
accent.
anybody from Italy sounds like.
Me neither. It's
Whatever
like we're
accent
just
comes out.
like
Yeah, like, hey
tone. Like
yo,
I don't
dude,
know.
I'm from Italy.
They're
Something
like from New York.
spoons. Yeah,
And then like you have like this weird accent that man, where is it from? Like there's this cartoon. He does the exact same accent that you do.
Gru.
No, not the crew accent.
Oh,
Like this is like dolphin. I don't know. It's something weird. Like I heard it for the first time and I was like, crap. That's what he does.
it's a crap. Wait, was it the Dolphin Carpet and Tile? Let me take that again. Was it the? Was it? Was it the? Was it? Was it the Dolphin Carpet and Tile guy? I don't think he speaks. Never mind.
No. Get it right.
But yeah, I like the original one better. Say hello to Dolphin Carpet and Tile. That's the
I'm sure you better.
OG.
I
Now
thought
do
that was like the
Dolphin
new
Carpet and Tile.
because they changed it again.
Oh,
Yeah.
boo.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, guys, that's all we have time for today. Thank you for no, bro, but yeah, I don't know. I feel like there's something so satisfying. I was listening to this Kenny Beats podcast yesterday or the day before. Sometime in my life, I listened to this podcast, and he was with Pharrell. It was on Pharrell's podcast, Other Tone, and with a lot of like media, like you don't know everything about people sometimes,
100.
right? And I feel like something I try to do is like get as much information as I can about the person, and then kind of get them to react to things they already like, so the conversation kind of moves forward, right?
So you're a manipulator. No, I'm
A
joking.
little bit, yeah. So, no, but there was a point where Pharrell, his other co-host, stopped talking, and Kenny Beast was just kind of ratting off about how much Pharrell's stuff meant to him.
Oh.
And I just was so happy because I want everybody in the world to get to a point where they're just like so gung ho about their stuff. It just sounds crazy to anybody who's not keyed in exactly to how they're like keyed into what they love, you know?
Mm-hmm.
But I think people, me, are afraid to be passionate because you're kind of throwing yourself out there in a way that you don't know how it's going to be received.
Do you mean like in conversation?
Conversation, like social media wise, like I'm trying to wrap my head around it more, but for so long, and you can attest to this, I just didn't want to show any personality on social media to anybody.
Yeah.
And it was just because like I was scared that, and I think still a little bit now, like I still, I hate that we get to these places, bro, but it's whatever. I
Or
sometimes when I'm doing something, and whether it's somebody coming on the platform or whatever, when somebody doesn't like I tell you a lot about people who say yes to the show and then don't pull through for whatever reason.
yeah, call
And
them out right now.
I think everybody's it's been like 3 or 4 people so far, but
Yeah.
every time the first feeling that comes in is like, one, why'd you say yes if you're not gonna do it? Two, I'm not worth their time, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so then I try to fix that in my head or whatever. But then a lot of times, I think rightfully in the way of like making a product, I'm like, I don't want to waste their time for one. But sometimes I'm just like, I don't like that I'm like this, but I'm like, this isn't like they shouldn't have done this, whether it's like because of the views that it gets or whatever, or the way it's received, or if they don't repost it for some reason. Like I just put it out and get no love from them after it's out. It kind of feels, because I'm so like attached to it,
Mhm.
that, well, I shouldn't have done it with them in the first place. You know what I mean?
A little bit. Like
Like,
you feel like like they don't have the same emotional investment as you.
no, it's something way more personal, because I don't know why I just throw it all on me, and I just like I wasted their time,
Oh, okay.
type of thing, and I kind of snap out of it. And I was just talking to my mom about this, about them like intrusive thoughts, and like, because it happens. It's like it can be on some, and I could be way off. It could be on something, and I'm just like, well, I guess they did enjoy that time, whatever, da da da. And then it used to send me into this spiral, and then I wouldn't do anything for 3 or so months, and then I would have to come back and like regroup and stuff. But now it still happens, but it's to a point where I'm just like, yeah, if that's true, it's true. That doesn't affect what
Mhm.
I'm gonna do. Like I still gotta put my best foot forward and everything. And I don't know if any of this is making sense now that I'm saying
No,
it,
yeah.
because like this is the first time I've actually like said it out loud. So I really don't know if it's like coming off. But yeah, it's just really weird, because you think when you find yourself that all that stuff would stop,
Mhm.
and learning to work with all that, because I don't think it's ever going to stop. Like I just think it's the way, again, like I'm thinking of every single outcome of every single thing and every possible multiverse, whatever, with everything. So of
Mhm.
course I'm gonna doubt myself already, because I did for 18 years. Like I'm
Mhm.
used to it. It just feels weird to be in such a good place and for that to still happen. And I
Yeah.
don't know. Maybe somebody needed to hear that to
You
be
hear
like,
that,
yeah.
yeah. But
But
like I think as like a society, or maybe it's
mm,
just human nature. I don't know. We love being happy, obviously. Like we
right,
just like prioritize happiness so much, and like
right,
da, and like
mm,
I'm an advocate for happiness, adoy.
mm,
But I feel like there's like the highs and then the lows, and then
right,
all we like think that all the things that are going to help us, it's like the highs. But I feel like when we reprioritize the lows, like lows are normal,
right,
they're natural. Like
right,
it's gonna happen. Like all because you doubt yourself doesn't
mm,
mean you're not like at your greatest moment right now. You know what I
right,
mean? Like I feel like when you like really have that strong foundation, nothing can like, even when you feel like it's being shaken and like whatever, you still know like I'm gonna
right,
get to the other side of this. Like
right, right,
there's a purpose for this.
right.
You know what I
Yeah,
mean? I don't know if that like
yeah.
translated.
No, that made total sense. Everybody at home hasn't understood anything from 10 minutes into this from both of us speaking, but it's completely fine. This is for us. This is
Yeah,
our
this is
conversation.
our.
Um, no, yeah, but it's like, I think you can't understand it until you go through it.
Yeah,
Like as much as many self help books exist in the world
yeah,
saying this exact same thing, I think until you're like, oh, then you're like, oh, snap. Like, okay, like, I understand it now. But I think until then, it's just kind of like so uncomfortable.
yeah. But that's the thing. Like that's not a bad thing. You know?
Right,
Like awesome.
right,
Not since it's uncomfortable, I'm
right,
gonna do this work and figure out how to not make it uncomfortable.
right,
And I'm gonna go through that entire journey and then I'm gonna be comfortable, and then it's gonna
Exactly.
happen again and again and again, and that's just
Right.
like life. Like that's just like
Yeah.
I don't know. I think it's awesome.
It is.
Like 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 if you think about your life like a movie or like a
Yeah.
story, obviously happy movies are fun, but those
Right.
movies that really hit you, like they go through really bad moments, those
Right.
characters.
Right.
So when you look at that, you're like, wow, my life is freaking nuts, you know?
Yeah.
I don't know. And it's like a hero's journey if you want
Yeah.
to like
Yeah. It's like
romanticize all of it.
it doesn't ever stop, which is the
It
cool
doesn't.
part. Like you're
Yeah.
always learning about yourself every day until you stop. Like that's
Yeah.
hard, bro. Like
I don't
that's
know. It's hard, but it's so cool because like it shows you like
right.
how freaking like big the universe is, you know?
Exactly.
And like Cassandra has like
Yeah.
all these millions of thousands of processes, and you
Right.
have millions of completely different processes. Like, I don't
Exactly.
know. It's so cool.
That's so cool, dude.
It's
Yeah.
so
It's
cool.
just it's so interesting when like you meet people who are like-minded but you know that they probably came to it like a completely different way, or
Yeah.
even when it's like certain people you say the same thing and they're like no this is, and we're like no we're agreeing but we're just like coming to it from a different standpoint. And yeah, me and you always preach about like communication, but I
Hmm.
think
It's funny because we like both really sucked at it. Now we're way
dude
better at it,
I
but
yeah
that's like kind of like our foundation, though. If you think about it,
oh
like,
bro yeah no dude
are you like remembering?
I was yeah I remembering somebody who called me out, and this is how I learned that. Like, I'm sorry if that made. Let me take it again. I remember somebody who called me out because there was a situation where, um, I knew in my heart of hearts I didn't want to do something with them necessarily, right?
Mhm.
And I'm not proud of how I like maneuvered the situation. Nothing negative happened in that situation, but
Mhm.
me not being honest with myself created confusion in how we were trying to communicate, because it would be like I don't want to do this hard stop, but you feel me, like a little here and there is okay, but I don't want to, for whatever reason at the time. And of course that's confusing, of course that's not fair to say one thing and then do the other thing. um but it's my ego was so high because I was like, yeah, I'm a great communicator, like I'm communicating, like I'm doing.
Yeah.
And then she was like, no, you're not. Like I'm very confused. Right
Yeah.
now. And then I was like, oh, okay, like that's really not cool,
Mhm.
because I'm like my body was still like, you're not doing this. So then to go into a situation where it's like you're confused about what's happening, I'm confused about what's happening. So of course there's gonna be something we're not agreeing on,
Mhm.
and then to like I had to apologize and kind of remove myself from that situation because I was so like, oh god, like I don't like that is your impression of me, that
Yeah.
I'm just not really steady on one thing. But I just think if you do change your mind about something, you just gotta tell somebody, you know,
Yeah.
and then
Yeah.
just try to stay as true to yourself. And if you are in a place where your head kind of moves around sometimes, not in this like, just you're just like, I am focused on this, I'm focused on that, I'm focused on this, like just kind of just be straight up about that too. And if some people don't like click with that, then you just gotta find some other people to talk to, I guess.
Yeah. I feel like with you, I'm very comfortable of being like, 1 second, I'll tell you I feel like this, and the next
Right.
second, I'll tell you I feel like that.
Right.
And you understand, like
Yeah.
you get it. And
Right.
not everyone will understand, but doesn't mean you shouldn't tell them. You know what I
Exactly.
mean?
Exactly. Or be like, this is just me. Like I need to like stand on my thing because it's
Like,
just
figure
me.
me out, bro.
Right? Yeah. Like you gotta take the time to figure. Like nah, bro. Like you being difficult. Like like just like like just communicate and
Yeah.
it'll be better. But yeah, sometimes you communicate as best you can and it doesn't work out for whatever reason,
Yep.
and you just gotta kind of move on from that situation.
Yeah. And also, like, depending on the relationship, all because, like,
Yeah,
you miscommunicated doesn't mean, like, the relationship is doomed, you know?
that's very true.
And, like, also, so, like, in long-term relationships, you know, like,
Right,
there will be things that you will never agree on. You know what
right.
I mean? You just won't, because
Yeah,
that's just life. That
yeah,
doesn't mean that relationship is doomed, you know?
exactly. Yeah, yeah. Communication, man.
It's wild. I've gotten much better at it, though.
Communicate right now.
I really like your little cow thingy right there, and you look really cute today, and I feel really cute today, and it's really hard to like not look at myself while I'm doing
Mm,
this. So I've just been staring into your computerized eyes the whole time, and and yeah, those are all my thoughts. I have no more thoughts.
good. I meant that as a joke, but it was nice to hear that I was looking cute today for me. You said that instead of a joke. Um, no, but yeah, I think even communicating that you don't feel good sometimes is good,
It's hard.
and it is very hard because I feel like a lot of times, back to the first point we made, when you communicate something, you're not trying to sometimes hear anything back. You're just trying to get it
Hmm.
out. So I'll be like,
Yeah,
"Yeah, I had a terrible day," and they're like, "Well, you could have done this." I'm like, "Wait, I didn't even.
you're like
When did
brother.
like whoa,
Yeah,
brother? Wait, that's not what I was asking for."
but I feel like uh, I'm bad at that, TBH.
Mm,
Like, I need to learn how to be like, hey, I'm just saying this
mhm,
for this. Okay, this
mhm,
is what I want.
mhm,
You know?
mhm.
Like, sometimes you just gotta, like, do that, you know?
You've done it to me before,
I don't remember, but
but like
probably.
after, I think there was one time you were trying to you were trying to decide between something. And then, of course, my headspace at the time was like, "All right, I got to fix this situation. Let's bring in all the components and let me fix this thing." And then you're like Juliet, I'm not like I'm just trying to talk to you about it. Like I don't really need you to like fix this right now. And I was like, "Oh." And then
Yeah.
I know some people would take that like really bad and probably like not talk to you, but I was just like, "Okay." And then I was like, "All right, let me just listen to you."
Yeah,
And
that's
yeah, I
the
had a better
thing.
time than trying to like stress myself out.
I'm like that too, though. Like, I'm really trying not to do it, but it's hard
Mm,
for me for when people come to me for things and I don't give them advice.
mm,
Like, I feel like, how do I contribute to this conversation, you know?
right. It's like, what do
It's
I
tough.
say? It's like, ah, dang, buddy.
But I've realized though, like, my ego boundaries have really strengthened, you
Mhm.
know? Like, I know where I end and the world begins.
Mm.
Before,
Mm.
like, it was it was really hard for like when people would come to me with their issues or whatever, I would feel their pain. Like I would
Right.
feel it so much and
You
I'd be like,
empath for real.
"No, no, yeah, for real." But that's really like I just had a lack of boundaries, you know?
Yeah.
Li
Yeah.
That's really what that is. Like, great that you have empathy, but
Right.
this isn't your problem,
Oh my goodness,
you know?
dude.
So, now that I have really strong or stronger
Right.
boundaries, 'cause I'm only freaking 20, like, how strong can they
Right.
be, you know?
Yeah.
But, um,
You kinda
now
slow.
right? Right?
Hey.
Ugh. But I just blew everyone's eardrum. Anyways, but, now that I have stronger boundaries, I don't
Mm.
feel that anymore. So now that I don't feel that enmeshing emotions for other
Right.
people,
Right.
like I can just hold space for them.
Yeah.
They can just tell me
Mm.
their thing, and I'm like,
Mm.
"Yes, I'm here to listen to you,"
Right.
you know? And then
Uh.
like now that you've told me everything, great, and I can
Right.
go about my day, you
Right.
know?
Used to be heavy, bruh.
Yeah.
Used to be on the phone 3 hours and then you're just like, dang, like I'm more stressed out than they are about this.
Yeah.
Like, like it wasn't that big of a deal. They just couldn't pay for their McDonald's this morning, and then I'm,
Yeah. And
I'm
empathy
crying.
is a really beautiful thing.
Yeah.
But and I used to feel bad about not feeling bad. You know what I
Mhm.
mean? I used to feel
Mm.
guilty, like, oh,
Yeah, yeah. Yeah. It's so weird that so many things come back to how much you, like, respect yourself.
100. It's
Like,
so
it's
weird.
so strange that, like
Yeah. I don't know, like, before, for me, like, I love helping people. That's still something that I
Yeah.
really love. But
Yeah.
before, like, you know it. Like, I was just giving everything of myself to
Mhm.
other people.
Mhm.
But
Mhm.
it was more of like I realize that now. I didn't know that at the time. I was
Right.
doing that because I wanted them to love me, you
Right.
know? Like I
Right.
was like so afraid if I don't do this for you, you're not going to like me. I'm so
Right.
afraid if I have a bad day, if I'm like bitchy, you're not going to like me, you know?
Exactly.
So now that I'm like, I'm gonna have a bad day, I'm gonna be bitchy, I'm gonna say no
Right.
to this thing,
Right.
every time that I want to help someone, it's genuine.
Yeah.
Every time that I'm helping someone, it's because
Right.
I want to. Like,
Right. Right.
I
Right.
love helping you. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't
No,
know.
100%.
It's like more what it should be
It's
in my head.
honest. Yeah.
Yeah.
'Cause you're not doing it out of, like, "Okay, this is my place in your life. This is
Yeah.
why." And, like, again, I think even the thing I was talking about earlier is because of that. Like, I still have that idea, like, "Okay, this is the space that I take up for this person and this person and this person, and if I'm not doing it, then what am I doing?"
Yeah.
And then I just remember, like, I'm here for me at the end of the day. I love these people, but at a certain point, they're gonna have to understand that, like, I have to do my own thing. I gotta whatever. And most of the times, they're not even thinking of that deep about something. Like,
No.
most of the time, they're just like da da da, and I'm just like, "Ah, okay, I gotta orchestrate all this." And it's just like taking a breath, kind of just being nice to yourself. As much time as you're giving to understanding them, do that for yourself. Like, even if you give half of that time to yourself, like, it makes so much of a difference. Because, like, if you're not communicating with yourself, you're gonna, like, deplete all your resources, you know?
Yeah. And
And
like
it's just
the other thing is too, like, you teach people how to treat you.
mm,
So
mm,
if you spend all this time always being there, always being
mhm,
available, when you're not suddenly available, obviously people are gonna be
right,
like, "Yo, like, what did I do? Like, what's
right,
wrong?"
right,
So, and that's another thing too. Like, if you're the type of person that's motivated by helping other people,
mhm,
like you're more that's your thing.
mm,
Like, it's important to be selfish so you can help other people. You
right,
know what I mean?
yeah.
But yeah,
Bro, you on fire. You speaking these words today, bro.
for
You know, it's like that. I knew you was like that, but I didn't know you was like that. You feel me?
shut up.
But yeah, man.
Cool.
Purpose.
Purpose.
Yeah.
So I hope that answered some questions.
I don't remember. I don't remember anything. I feel like I don't remember anything.
What's your
No.
name?
Who I? What am I?
What am I?
Bro, imagine you woke up one day. I always used to hate that in TV shows.
Uh,
I'm gonna get back to a point I was gonna make, but I used to hate that in TV shows. Like when they would do this whole big incredible adventure, and then man just wake up from his dream like, whoa, that would have been tough.
I feel like
Like,
that's just
Brett,
like a cop out, you know?
right? Like, what did you learn? Nothing. There's no stakes. But no, I was gonna say I always feel that I'm very candid with you. Like it doesn't feel like a podcast; it feels like a conversation.
Yeah.
And I want to get to a point where everything feels like that. I just got to get more comfortable with it. But I'm very thankful that you came into my life all 385 years ago. Um,
Yo, I
but
was just thinking that today,
what?
like that you have been in my life at like at every pivotal point, you know? Like we've only known each other for like 4 years or whatever, but
Yeah,
how old was I? Like 17? I
yeah,
just turned 17 when I met you. And
yeah.
like that point in my life is when I started to become a human being.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
before that, everything in my life, like outside circumstances made my life.
Right.
But right at that point when I met you, like that's when I started creating my life.
Dude, the
You know what I
exact
mean?
same thing.
You know what
Cause
I
I,
mean?
yeah, no, cause I was, I don't know when. No, I was about like, that's such a weird
We were
time.
17 for a week.
Now I was 17, like out of high school. Like I had graduated, so I was like, what's going on? All these
Yeah.
adults are around me and stuff. And no, yeah, it's funny that like how, like you said, like how we kind of developed into these people in such a short time. Like we were babies. Like that's such a
Yeah.
weird,
And we're still
weird thing.
babies.
I
Like,
know there's so much to learn, but like,
but that's so crazy.
yeah,
Like we've learned
like
so much in
I
such a
know,
short amount of time. Like,
I know.
I don't know.
Imagine us at like 30, bruh.
Oh my god.
We're supposed to be scholars. Like, yes, sir. Just to fix this thing, you just have to.
I figured it out.
Yeah, I've had everything in my life, bro.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, dude.
We're definitely still gonna be idiots when we're 30.
No, bro, I'm such an idiot right now.
We're gonna be so stupid.
I feel like I have to, like, I'm doing a disservice coming off so cool, calm, collected, and sexy in all
Yeah,
these
right?
episodes. Because when people meet me, they're like,
I'm dead.
I'm just like, hey, poo poo pee pee, and they're like, don't do that, bro.
Yeah, I feel like, oh, well, I guess when I'm around you, like I'm more like open and loving.
Right,
When I'm
right,
walking down the street, I'm like,
right. Yeah,
like
yeah,
everyone's like, oh, what's wrong with her?
bro. I feel like in my headspace, it's changed from everybody's thinking about me to everybody like is so attracted to me, and that's what saves me every.
I love that.
That's what saves me every day, bro. Cause
I love that.
I'll be walking from the thing, and I'm like, yeah, them kids think I'm so cool right now, bro. I'm just
With my
probably like, look at that,
friggin' corduroy pants.
right, bro. Corduroy always. I put together. This doesn't even have to be. I put together why I don't like jeans. Cause I can sweat through them,
You can sweat through jeans, bro?
bro. You know how much I sweat,
True. But bro, like jeans?
bro.
My guy.
Okay, look, cause Florida,
My
one.
guy.
Hey, don't. I'm coming to you in
I'm
confidence, and
trying to like think back
you're
in a
trying
point
to,
where I've sweat through my jeans. I don't think I've
bro. Okay, so cause I thought it would be a safe kind of space for me to
well, you thought wrong.
come and say this, but no, like
Okay, what's the second reason?
it's just such a hot fabric, and
Yeah. No, but I'm like trying to picture it. Like, how do you even do that? You
what do you
know,
mean? I
like
don't
what does it look like? Like
like
just
I
like
peed,
darker. I was thinking about butt
bro.
sweat.
Literally, no, because my legs sweat first. Fun fact:
How?
I remember in at GMA we used to have like these like khakis. But okay, I don't know what it is. It's some kind of fabric. Like corduroy has some kind of fabric and like slacks
Mm-hmm.
to where like since there's a pattern, like you can't see the sweat kind of.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
Wait one
But I would have
second. Pink is like dying
uh
to get me. Pink is my dog.
yeah.
Ugh. Oh god,
Special.
I'm gonna have to park there.
Do your athletics again.
Please don't include it.
This is gonna be in it. I have to keep it
Oh
running.
god. Hi, sweetie. Do you have anything to say?
Bum, ba-dum, bum, bum, bum.
Aw, thank you. I love you too.
It sounded like she just dropped off some like Uber Eats or something. Hello, hello, lady.
You have anything to say?
She's camera shy today. I don't know why.
Yeah.
She's like, give me off this.
Yeah, literally. Okay, mommy. You stay there. I love you. I'll keep it. Oh god.
You gotta jump back on it.
Crap. Get out. Oh,
You didn't
man.
think about it. You didn't think about it, bro.
Oh crap.
I'll look away. I'll look away. I'll look away so you can jump.
Nothing is impossible. Okay.
I'm gonna add whenever you jump in the bed. I'm gonna add like so many explosion sounds.
Okay, hi, mommy. Mommy, you gotta get out of my way. Okay, this is dangerous. God,
I'm looking at my phone.
obstacles. Now I have an obstacle.
I'm looking at my phone so you don't get self-conscious.
Thank you. I really appreciate that.
But I'm also recording my phone, so.
Oh god. I did it! That was my best one!
I forgot I had my toes out.
What? My toe, sis. Okay.
Mm. But yeah, so jeans are the enemy because like I used to be in school and I would wear these khakis and we would play basketball and I would have to roll my pants up so like when I went to class my pants wouldn't be completely drenched.
Wow.
But also I was wearing jackets, so it's
Oh,
excuse me,
true.
this is my fault. But I was so insecure in my body at the time,
Hmm.
whatever. But sometimes I would roll my pants up and still my thighs would sweat so much that when I would roll my pants down, it would still get the same amount of wet because now my legs are soaked and I put them down.
Oh.
So then I just kind of got disconnected from the idea of jeans
Yeah.
because like that's a pretty clear thing. If you're sweating in jeans, like people will know you're sweating in jeans.
Yeah. So, like, traumatized you.
Yeah, a little bit.
I feel that. Well, just never wear jeans.
Yeah, because it just
Or
brought so much
wear
attention.
jeans and confront the trauma.
Meh.
Or not.
Maybe I don't want to be healthy about this one.
Maybe, no. I mean, I don't think it's that serious. You
It's not that serious. It's not that serious.
know?
But it just was interesting. I was in my car. I just thought about it randomly. I was like, man. I was like, because Alex, I was wearing some jeans. I was like, jeans are cool, man. I was like, maybe I should give me some jeans. And I was
Wait a
like,
minute.
no,
Jeans do
I'm
have that
fine.
vibe.
Yeah,
But you know what? You can appreciate other things, even if
right.
they're not for you.
And then not have exactly. Just let things rock and rock things rock. As
Sometimes.
my great grandmother once said. I mean, you always say it better than me. So why don't you say it?
I don't get it.
You always say because I always talk about what my great grandma used to say, and you always listen
No,
so
that's
intently.
cap. That's cap. You know, you don't do
No, no,
that.
no. But it's like all the time, and then like, so I just want you to say it for the people because it means so much. I love you so much, and this episode is
Oh
like
my god,
kind of
Julie,
a
no, 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 no. They're gonna think that
momentous
you're not
thing.
joking.
No, I'm not joking. I'm so serious because like
Julie, no.
I just remember I would tell you all the time. So I'm just gonna let you have the stage before we end this episode
No,
to
no,
take it away and say this thing. It's
no.
so simple. Um, but yeah, it would mean so much for me to hear it right now. So
I remember now. She
yeah.
would always say,
Hmm.
and yet, but still.
And yeah, but still, thank you for saying that. It wasn't it, but it was close. Thank y'all for watching this episode of Procrastination Radio. It's going to be split into 19 bits because we recorded
Yes.
for 7 hours.
Yeah.
It actually wasn't that long today.
Really? How long is it usually?
No, no, I said we usually.
I was trying so hard not to get sexual. Like, that's so.
um,
5 minutes.
we need to do an episode about sex.
Oh, I would love it. We need to do
We
like
should do an
20.
episode about sex.
It's so
Um,
weird. Okay, we're not gonna get into that
sex is disgusting. I know we should start talking. And then
yeah.
it's like 2 hours later.
Yeah, I was
Thank
about to,
y'all.
and I was like, wait, we're done.
Yeah, thank y'all for listening to the episode of Procrastination Radio on purpose. As you can see, we lost the purpose of this episode, but we found it in
We
other
made
things.
it.
That was good. Today was good.
Yeah.
Um, I think froze for a second. I don't know why I'm not ending this episode.
Um. Thank you, everyone. Have a nice day.
Take it again. Do it one more time. Take it again.
God darn it. Dos X. I didn't think it was gonna be.
It was a voice change that got me.
I'm really like work. Okay, we're done, right? Okay. Anyways, I'm really working on like my like deep voice. So like
Yeah.
when I get angry, I'll be like, God damn it! Like I'm really like trying to. I'm really trying to do it.
All right.
So like
Let's do a thing where we're in an argument so I can see. All right. What am I upset about?
um, I bought you some jeans.
Oh, damn. All right. Ready? What's our relationship? Are we like homies? Are we married for 7 years? Like
I feel
divorced?
like I kind of want to go to that universe where like in a
Mm-hmm.
polyamorous relationship
All right.
and like all our other lovers are also there.
Right.
Like all 12
Ooh.
of them. Yeah, they're like watching it.
Okay.
Like
Gotcha.
it's like pre-Christmas, and we all got stuff for each other. Yeah,
Right.
and then they knew exactly what to get, and for
But I've
some
known you
reason
the
it's too.
longest, so it's even more
Yeah.
disrespectful. Gotcha. All right, ready?
Do you like it,
I didn't open it. Hold on. Let me open it. It's kind of quick. You
bro?
said that. I didn't even open it. Yeah, it's so crazy. All right,
This is
ready? I'm gonna.
improv, bro. You can't just like. What?
Thank you. Thank you.
No, but tell me, like, what's wrong?
I just. No, it's okay, guys.
No, no, Julian,
I,
tell me. Just tell
I
me.
just, if anything, I would want to have this conversation with you personally, if we could.
It doesn't matter. Like, it's just freaking Christmas. Whatever. Just tell me.
They're jeans. Yeah, that's.
Oh my god.
No, I don't want to talk. It's okay.
I'm
I
so
don't
sorry.
want.
No. We can talk
No,
about it. We can talk. They don't know
no,
the lore. They don't know
they
the lore
don't.
of the jeans. And
They
I don't
don't
know. I'm
know.
sorry. I'm sorry that I did
And
that. I'm sorry.
I'd never wanted to bring it up again, because.
I know.
But it's
No.
it's it's
I'm
just
so
like,
sorry. We can go back to the store. The receipt's still in there.
no,
We
it's
can
just
get some
like
nice corduroy.
I trusted you for so long, and for
Okay,
you to
Julian, calm down.
for
They're
you to
just jeans.
no, because it's about the principle, because we're
I'm
having.
sorry. I'm laughing because this is ridiculous. Like,
No, it's
they're
not.
just
It
jeans.
means, all right, I guess it's ridiculous, so we're not gonna talk about it anymore.
No,
I
like,
guess no,
what's the big deal?
because what's the point of talking about it if it's no big deal, you know?
You got me there. I couldn't keep going. You got me there. God,
You didn't even
God damn it! I can't believe it.
That was the whole point of it. We edited the scene. You had it.
I know. That's why I couldn't keep going. I was like, when are we gonna get heated? Like,
Bro, and that's just me, because I don't ever escalate past that in any argument
yeah.
I'm in. I'm
I
just
was
like,
like,
hey.
I was trying to get it there, and it just.
All right, ready? Okay, take two. Sorry. I'm sorry. I thought I would never see that side of myself ever again.
I have the same energy as when I jump on my bed.
Yeah.
The same thing. What's wrong with you?
You.
You gotta get mad, bro. You
Bro, it's my process, man.
Sorry.
Let me get to my point. Yeah, whatever.
Okay.
Kennedy would have been so proud of me if you had let me get to that point as an actor.
Okay. You're
But
blaming me.
yeah, I mean, it's like it was your fault, but whatever. We don't get to talk about
What
that.
do
We're
you
trying to.
mean?
No,
Like, how?
it's
Like,
fine.
this is what you always do. You always make
Yeah,
yourself like a victim, and everyone
yeah,
else does the stuff.
right,
But it's never
right.
me. It's always outside circumstances.
No, I just was trying to say that you distracted me a little bit, but that it's
We're
not
trying to
really.
get there, and then
Oh,
you keep
sorry.
trying to like say it.
bro, my internal monologue was like, this isn't real, right? And then I was like, okay, reset back into my character, who's just a passive aggressive. I think, okay, what it is, it's still me. I need to not be me.
Yeah.
All right, yo, babes, what is this? Calvin Klein in them. Why you laughing? In front of all polyamorous. In front of all the polyamorous sisters.
Okay. I don't know what you mean.
Yeah. You bought me a gift, yeah?
Why don't
I
you like
hope.
it?
It's.
I put my hard-earned money on that gift. Why don't you like it?
I just broke that. Bro. Bro. You gotta. I gotta rock, bro. All right, one more time.
Rock. see the little smile on your face.
You bought me jeans. Why you laughing?
Stop
Why you laughing, bro?
it. Why I can't laugh?
Why'd your voice get so deep there?
I can't do it. I can't do it.
I want you to scream at me. See, I just because I have range.
You carried that one.
I have range. Yeah, that's all.
Yeah, you did.
If you're still here, I'm so sorry. I apologize.
You are not putting this in there.
I'm putting all of this in there. Probably. I don't know. Maybe.
Maybe do like a blooper section. Well, it's not really a blooper.
We're just idiots.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. Yeah.
We should send this to like casting directors to see what they're doing.
They're gonna block us. They're gonna stop. They're gonna stop doing what they're made to do because they're like, yeah, this is if people are out there doing it like this, I don't want to even see it anymore.
We're gonna make them rethink their purpose.
And that is what you should make everyone do. Go outside, make people rethink why they're doing it. If you see a bird flying, scream at it. Say, why are you flying, you? And make that bird land, rethink its education, and then make it come back and become a bear. Thank you for listening. Stop procrastinating. And I gotta stop that. I keep forgetting that.